Hello people, and welcome back. In this video I will look at reloading. So after I figured out how to fix that rifle left hand placement, reloading was the next obvious thing I wanted to look at. So my, whoops, sorry, something is on the way here. Can walk around in this. Anyway, my weapon, my old silenced weapon here, is just a static mesh, and the magazine is a part of the mesh, so I can't remove this. And I wanted to have a mesh that where I could take the mag out, because I thought it would look really cool. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it, but anyway. So in this video I will show how I managed to do this. First of all, I went to this tf3dm.com and searched for M4A1. This one, I think. And I picked this one for my example. So this is the model that I'm using now. And I picked this one because it has both the rifle and the magazine as two separate parts. So that's one thing. So I downloaded this and ran it through 3D Studio Max, which is here. And this is about maybe the third time I've started 3D Studio Max, so I can't really say that I know how to use this program really, but I know how to open a file at least. So what I did was to, once I had this file downloaded, I already have it downloaded here, I opened it here and said, okay, continue something is wrong, maybe. Here's the model, and how do I zoom in with this? Okay, so what I basically did was to pick the magazine and remove this from the mesh, and maybe there are easier ways to do this. And then I picked export to Autodesk FBX and gave it a name. And in this dialog I just press OK. Actually, first I tried to use FBX 2016 and then it made Unreal Engine crash, so don't pick that one. I picked this one. So I repeated this process for the magazine here, just by removing all the other parts, like this, and then I think this is what we have left. So that's the part outside of Unreal Engine regarding the graphics or the 3D mesh. Now also, yeah, let's get back to that, the sounds, because sorry about that, there's some static coming from my headphones. In the animation starter pack, we have, if we type reload up here, we have various reload animations, and the one I just went with was is called Reload Rifle Iron Sights, and it looks like this. It looks pretty good. So and when I started to move this really slow, I noticed that, okay, this at this point about, it looks like he's pulling out the mag from the gun. You can see here. So what I did was to right click here and add an event, notify, like right click and at this exact point and add notify, new notify. So I did this and called it release mag, and if I keep on playing until he inserts it again, like about here, or maybe, yeah, anyway, somewhere around here. It was late when I did this. Then I triggered this called, what is it called? Insert mag. And then I have another one which doesn't really show on the animation, but I thought I was kind of missing it. Otherwise it would just be two sounds playing. So I also have one triggering when he locks the Mac in. It makes this little sliding sound, and this is actually not in the animation. But so anyway, it sounds better with it, so that's why I have this one. So that's about what I did for the Macs. So after that, I went on and imported my meshes. I picked from the desktop here. I put it in here. These ones, and obviously something, of course, something went wrong with the texture. So yeah, I had to fix them. And what I basically did was just to fix the textures for one of them and just pick, I think I picked this one called text0011_1 for all of them, and maybe this one also. This is my second week playing with Unreal Engine, so I have no idea what I'm doing in here, just clicking stuff. So anyway, but I managed to get something that looked kind of like a gun and a Mac here. Oops, like this. So that's how I got these two meshes into Unreal Engine. And from there on, I created a blueprint with each one here. This is a weapon, actually. No, sorry. Let me close this one very fast. I have this object hierarchy built up, and on top of my weapon, I added another static mesh component inside my weapon component. So for some weapons, which are just one integrated mesh, which don't have a magazine to pull out, this will be empty. But in my case with the new gun, this one will hold the magazine, and the static mesh will hold the rifle itself. So before I go on, let me quickly demonstrate what I've come up with so far, and then continue on with how I did it. So I have a rifle lying on the ground here, and I will pick it up, and he picks it up, nice and easy, and he can shoot. Though it's using the silenced sound, don't take notice of that. And when he reloads, it makes a sound, and he makes a sound when he inserts it again. From outside, you can't really see it, but you can see it does something with the mag. So let me do something really quick to show how it looks. I will disable this only look from the back, so you can see how it looks. I have a little function called something with controller rotation and stuff. So if I just plug this one in, I won't use the rotation yaw. That kind of screws up the turning, but makes it possible to see from outside. He makes this little switch back and forth here. So if I reload here, you see he pulls out the mag and inserts it again. So let's take a look at how I managed to do that. Yes, cool. First of all, in my settings up here, project settings, I obviously made input. If you haven't done that before, reload. I'm left-handed, so I reload on P. But normal people which are right-handed, they will use the R key probably. Anyway, so inside my my character blueprint on the event graph, I think. I should have something with reloading somewhere. This is starting to build up, so I can't really remember where I put it. Oh, here it is. I haven't commented. Let's type reloading up. Reload. That's good. So I when I press reload, I set a variable on my character blueprint called reload, and inside my animation blueprint, that is where all the magic happens. I think, as I remember. Because I have all this spaghetti code here, and from last time you may remember that I have this event blueprint update animation firing every animation tick, and I plugged in another pin inside the sequence. So on top of that, I also check if we are reloading, and if we are reloading, then I do this do once play reload montage. So before I show the montage, it is quite simple because it's just a simple montage containing the reload. I will jump down to this section here, because this is actually this is the part that plays the montage. Sorry. I don't really need this. I think I was looking at some guide, and I ended up with this one. So anyway, it's the same. So I get this, get my weapon, which is in a variable equipped item, and I cast it to a weapon. I get the magazine component, which is a static mesh, and I check if this is set. If it's set, then I know I have a weapon which contains a separate mag mesh, and then I play the montage here. So once it's playing, it will play. Let me show where I have my montage. It's actually here, and my montage. Stop doing that. My montage is called. I have. Excuse me. I have this default group M4A1 reload slot, and for some reason I end up with a lot of these. I haven't figured out why that happens. But inside here I basically just added a slot and called it reload slot, and then picked it here. So and this one is the animation sequence from out here, where I just dragged it in like this. Okay, so I think that was all I did inside here inside my montage. Yeah. Oh yeah, and in order to get this one, I just right click, say new animation montage, like this one. So I get this little fella. Okay, so back to the animation blueprint. This one. So if you remember these events that I was setting up on the animation sequence earlier on, they were called something with release mag and something with insert mag and so on. I plug in some code and I subscribe to these here. And if you don't know how to do that, you can type, if you know the name, you obviously need to know that name, you can type release mag and it will eventually show up here. So that's how I get them. And what I do in here is get the equipped weapon, do the same check again, do I have a mag at all, and then I attach my mag inside a socket on my character, my parent. This mesh is actually my player over here. He's called Mesh. I have been having this Mesh name for my character all the time since I started this project. So for me it's quite obvious that this is my character. Maybe I should figure out a better name for him. Anyway, so if we take a look at the mesh, animation, yes, we have the left hand. He's taking out the mag with his left hand, and I have a socket here, and you can see here it's kind of weird positioned. But I fixed this location in order to get the right position of the hand and all that stuff. And if you don't know how to do that, check the previous video where I show how to reposition things. Back to the graph. So what is happening here is I'm taking my mag mesh, and attaching it to the left hand socket called M4A1 Mag socket. Keep snap to target, keep world scale, and then I play the sound Mag release. And those sounds I picked from FreeSound org, I think. Yep, can find them here. M4A1 Reload. Here it is. You could just find your own sounds, but I found this one, which sounds pretty good. And yeah, they have all these components to the sounds that I use. So yeah, in order to get all these play at the right spots, I obviously used Audacity to separate them into each their own sound file. Okay, so I play that Mag release sound here, and play it at my actual location. I'll get that from here. And this one I need to clean up, but I do the same down here, insert Mag. And then what I do here is actually take my magazine and then reconnect it to my weapon. So I use this one attach to, where up here I used it to attach to my mesh. Here I attach it back to my weapon. So if we return to the weapon, we'll remember that the static mesh had a magazine. So this magazine, while it's reloading, is being a child to my character. And then once it's finished with the animation, I re-plug in this magazine into the static mesh. So it's the same, actually, it's the same object, just changing kind of hands, which is actually what we do. So, and then, yeah, I play the sound, Mag insert, and after that I don't do anything except play that Mag inserted lock sound. So, a lot of talking and a lot of stuff. I hope this made just a little bit sense. Obviously we have some issues still. It's not really perfect yet. I made it yesterday, so well, for example, if I reload really fast, you will try to reload and keep trying to reload. I can also do something silly like restart reloading and drop the gun, and something weird happened. The gun disappeared. Actually, that never happened before, but now he has a mag in his hand. So I need to figure out why that happened. But it's a good start, I think, and gives a good idea how to accomplish this. Okay, thank you guys, and feel free to ask questions if you have any.